So we're live now.
Yo, what's up?
Jake said I would like to listen, and then I'm deafened.
Jake be like, I'm listening.
Yep. Anyway, sorry, I have to make fun of them a little bit.
I love Jake Minecraft.
Yes, we all do.
Am I the only one that's gonna turn my camera? Are you guys
I'm looking in. I was looking in the Roll20, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm giving a hamburger helper a gun.
What? Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's how it is. Hold on. I can turn on my camera. You'll just have to give me a sec. I don't think it's connected to the setting overlays, so I should be okay.
Trying to draw a hamburger helper from memory.
I don't even know what hamburger helper looks like. I'll be honest with you.
It's a
glove. Is it like a hamburger with like?
It's a glove with a face and a big nose.
Oh wait, really?
I think I did it. It's down in the bottom of the Roll20 thing.
Oh God! I'm gonna scroll up.
Why would you scroll up?
No, I'm not looking at it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. I'm gonna. Oh, this session is gonna be fun.
Well, as it would seem. Oh, I'm just blind. Never mind. I was gonna say I can't use my dice because I can't find them, and then I'm just blind. Fine.
Ah, all right. Okay. So, are we all? Nope, never mind. She got it. It's gonna be like, are we all ready to start? Are we ready to go? Get things a-rolling?
Now that we have more time.
Well, now that we have more time.
I was gonna say, remember when you
Tilted?
guys were gonna start an hour ago?
Yeah.
Caleb, if you could not start with me, that'd be great. Because I just remembered I had to email my teacher.
Oh,
but
no,
otherwise,
yeah. Well, no. I'm gonna start with the. Well, I guess I am kind of starting with you. So. Write your
It's all
email fast. It's okay, Caroline got up and walked away, so I can't actually start, because I'm going to start with the Alt-C people, and then we'll move to current day Waterdeep, which is where Calculator would be. Because we're starting with the LC group, because they're going to be the weirdest
Okay,
people to get
so here's
involved.
the question. Who married hamburger helper?
What? Hamburger Helper got married?
Yeah.
I was not aware. Wow. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
So starting with me. So confused.
Let's see. Who would marry a hand, you know? What kind of person would? That's the question.
I don't know.
I'm looking for open feedback here, please.
That's a great question, bestie. I don't know. Caroline, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, alright. The phone just started ringing. I'm hoping it didn't pick up on my mic. Probably
It a little bit, but not a whole lot.
That's fine. I think they picked it up, so I think it's okay. Are we good to go? Are we ready to start? Are we rocking and rolling? Are we ready to go?
I'm good, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There will be some times where I'll be I'll take my headphones off for just a little bit to pop my ears because again they're being weird, but I will try and do that when it's not relevant to me.
Cool. We are starting with you, so hopefully.
That's fine. Just give me 2 seconds.
All right. Just let them know when you're ready. Also, everybody has control over the icons on the thing, so you can grab them and move them if you want. Everybody can.
Woo.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't need to change anything.
What am I looking at? Oh, you're right. He did get married. Good for him.
Yeah. And we're meant because you said we could change things around, and then I immediately went to click on not Rhea, fucking Lovelace.
Yeah, what's
No.
with Jay? What's with you and bird characters, huh?
I love the birds.
They're good birds.
Okay, do you know what I think this is? Can I make a guess, please?
Yeah.
Did you get the Aarakocra race and you like purchased it on D&D Beyond and now
I
you
didn't
just want to use it?
I didn't purchase the Aarakocra race. It just
You
came
did
with
it?
Yeah, it's
I already
free.
had it.
It comes for free.
Really? It does?
Yeah, it's free.
Okay. I don't know if
I
should-
bought
I don't know
I bought
shit about.
Kenku and I wanted to use it, but I bought Kenku because I fucking love the lore of Kenkus.
Okay, I'm good.
All right, we good? Ready to go?
Mhm.
Okay, so okay, D&D time. So sorry, Liz, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, but somewhere on Altsea, we're starting here. A mysterious rift has opened somewhere, probably on the southern side of the island. I don't actually know which way is north and south. Honest to God, it's been a while.
Also Ruval, because technically we're not on
Oh,
Altsian.
fuck, Ralt. Listen, it's been a while. I'm not super caught up on the lore. It's all good.
Altsea was destroyed by a giant fire monster.
That is true. That's all right. So, but a mysterious rift has opened up on the southern side of the island of Ruval. People have seen it and are unsure of its true nature, so the people decided on a reliable team to go and investigate it. That being Chivir, Zeph, Lovelace, and Sora. The four of you have packed your bags and are ready for a relatively uncertain adventure. As you make your way and you see this rift kind of off on this sort of rocky beach, it more just looks like a hovering, almost like beam of just twisting lights as you approach it. What do you do?
That's a bit spooky, isn't it?
So it's just
Yeah, there is just this kind of weird rift of light that you kind of see from afar. It's more of like a white with like some sort of bluish and yellow kind of sparks coming from it. But for the most part, it's just kind of this open kind of like rift. Almost looks like a tear in like space itself.
Well, I would use one of my cool spells, but I
Well-
don't have those now.
Right. What were we supposed to do with this again?
Can-
Close it or kill it?
Can I have you guys make a investigation or perception check?
Yeah.
Perception, baby.
All right. Do you guys know how to roll in Roll20? I mean, I know
I
Jay
do.
does.
yeah.
Okay. Making sure. Because if not, I can describe it.
I do not, and apparently my pen isn't working. Can someone
Okay.
erase all those green dots that showed up? I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, yeah,
just-
I got you, I got you.
That's a 9.
A 9. Okay.
Wait,
so,
wait, don't
button
delete them.
or-
Don't delete them. I want to play connect the dots, please.
So
okay,
it-
fine. I'm gonna
yeah.
move them. I'm gonna move them down a little bit though. There you go. You can play connect the
you.
dots now.
Oh wait, is there a plus thing that you're supposed to do?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Sorry.
So basically, on the sidebar, there's one little tab that looks like a D20. Click on that,
Yeah.
and a pop up that says dice roller, and then you just choose which die you would like to roll, and then you add your modifier to it. So if your
Okay.
modifier is +2 or +3,
Got it.
you know.
Well, I rolled a 6 the first time plus 5, and then a nat 1 the second. So
Okay.
You really needed a 6.
Wow. Oh, well, actually, you know what? This is fine. This is fine.
we all rolled shit, and I'm good at perception.
Yep.
And currently have advantage because of a magic item that I will not have after this, but it's fine.
Oh, it's fine. You know, it gets a little bit funky. Hey, guess what? Sora also rolled like shit, so it's fine. You guys kind of approach this, and what you first immediately realize is that it's giving off this sort of wave of heat. This sort of warmth that doesn't affect you externally, but like internally. As weird as it is, it gives you this strange pain of nostalgia as you get closer and closer to it. And, I guess, you all rolled like shit.
That's it. That's what we got.
I'm like, well, shit. All right. Who has the high?
Also, I would like to let it be known that Tempest refused to not come, so she's currently like on my shoulder.
What is
It's your
Tempest?
cat, right?
Is that your
My
cat?
cat.
Oh, it's your
Yeah,
cat.
it's my
Okay,
cat.
cool. Yeah, you got your cat like curled around like, you know, like a Frumpkin style around your neck.
Also toxic. Would Blue have allowed us to go without them?
Let me ask her as she's under my desk.
Do I have Striker? Caleb,
No.
please tell me I have Striker.
Blue would have most likely followed you. She doesn't like.
Sure.
Striker.
Sure.
A cave spider that you gave me.
You got it's gonna I'm just gonna have to give all of you the find familiar spell later. Like, I'll be honest, that's what it's gonna turn into.
Or they could just chill wherever we end up.
They will
Safe
chill.
Away from harm. Anyway.
So we're going to Waterdeep, guys. There are limited options.
But it's home!
Anyway, as you guys approach, you get this pang with a sense of nostalgia. And as you get closer and closer to it, you almost begin to feel tired, as there's like this restful, almost exhaustion that you kind of feel. And as most of you were higher levels than you are now, you kind of feel this sort of, it's not a sense of weakness, but it's this sort of sense of draining. Like, being near this thing is draining your energy as you kind of begin to approach and look through.
And who
has the highest passive perception?
I have a 13.
13?
Not Shavir.
What is Shavir's?
10 or
10,
11.
okay.
At the level that I would be at currently, I would have like a 17.
Okay, well,
An
I
18. It was an
assumed
18,
you had the highest wisdom in the party currently. What's your
Mhm.
what is it currently with the 13? Or with the level 3?
With the level 3, it's 15 still.
Oh,
It's still
so you still
really
have the
high.
highest passive perception.
No, I still have a really high passive perception. I'm just saying, like, earlier it was even higher.
Yeah, but it's so, Zeph, you notice this. As your friends begin to feel weaker and tired, you stop yourself for a moment and you look at it a little bit more carefully, and you see wagons and buildings slowly come into view. And just looking through the small rift, you don't quite understand what you're looking at first, as it just looks like a city. And then you kind of glance to your side, and you watch Sora collapse. And then his body kind of turns into a ball of light and vanishes. Can the other three of you make Constitution saving throws?
I would love to.
Wait, con save at the level before or the level now?
Level now. You guys have been significantly drained of your power at this point. We're using the level 3 character sheets.
21.
21. God damn it,
14.
barbarians. All right, pretty good.
21.
Hey, good job. I forgot we're all fucking we got a paladin and a barbarian in here.
I fucked it, though.
Nope.
Mine was a 14.
Zeph, seeing your brother fall, you kind of falter for a moment, and you fall unconscious. Quickly after that, Shavir and Lovelace, you are stood staring at each other in horror as your friends have vanished. And
That's not good.
You
Oh,
could
dear.
barely fight off the urge to fall into this unconscious as well for a brief moment before the two of you basically kind of try and step away, but at that point it's too late as you feel your bodies just collapse and all of you fall into unconsciousness.
Why am I getting a call from Minnesota?
What the fuck?
I get
My-
calls from like.
It might be my
Georgia
pizza
all
guy.
the
Hold
fucking
on.
time.
Oh yeah. Get your pizza.
Hello?
Meanwhile,
Hello?
mute yourself. Mute yourself. I'm gonna move
I
on.
mute your mic.
Mute your mic. I'm moving on. Meanwhile, somewhere in the busy and bustling streets of Waterdeep,
DoorDash? Do you mean pop my
Yeah,
pizza?
that.
Or...
Sky!
Sky, mute your mic. Sky, mute. Sky, mute.
Oh, okay, that's weird. I mean, I
Her
ordered
headphones
through the
are not on.
website,
Okay,
so
just turn
sorry,
her
I was
down.
a bit confused, but...
Is it? Alright, go get your food. Mute your mic. We're gonna continue.
Her headphones are not on.
Ah, balls.
Yes, give me 1 moment. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess we, this is how it goes. I think she got up and walked away. I'm gonna... Oh, boy.
You can turn her down. I'll just tell you when she's back.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna...
just kidding. She's back.
Are you back? Hey, mute your mic.
No, never mind.
Okay, I'm going to mute her on my
Yeah.
end. Jay, tell me when she returns.
I'll let you know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, somewhere in the bustling, sort of busy streets of Waterdeep, we kind of pan in on a small owlin, just wandering the streets. What would Calculator be doing just on an average day in Waterdeep? What's she up to?
Well, she probably started the morning by doing some spells and just kind of setting up her awakened spell book, making sure that's all good and ready. And is there like a library or something?
There is a library in Waterdeep.
I'm sure I've read the books to death at this point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, probably. We'll say, for
yeah,
sake of
go ahead.
things, normally with you spending your time probably up closer, to the, fuck, what's it called? Give me a sec, I'm gonna look at my, you technically would probably spend your time a little bit, you're probably more familiar with the North Ward, and such, but maybe on this day, you probably maybe we're going to look for more, supplies such as like papers or inks. And on days like that, you might head south to the Trades Ward. Making your way south, kind of a little bit further through the city. It's a little bit farther than maybe where you're staying at. We didn't actually talk about where you were staying previous to this. We could just say there's kind of like a student Airbnb for like magic students from Strixhaven that have just been kind of like in Waterdeep. You guys got to have like a study club, you know? Sure. I don't know. I'm making this up as we go. I tried to talk to you about this and then we just didn't.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We're making it up as we go. I had some vague ideas and I'm just throwing them out and I'm like, hey, is this good? Does this stick?
Fuck yeah, it's great.
Alright.
I'm a little dork from nerd school.
Yeah, you make your way a little bit south, heading kind of out of the Trades Ward and into the Sea Ward. This is, not the Sea Ward, the Dock Ward. Down here, are a lot where the trades come in and the ships kind of come in and out, and a lot of travel. It's very travel heavy, and there's a lot of people and unfamiliar faces, in this sort of area. But nonetheless, you're fairly comfortable with the city at this point. It's maybe been a couple of weeks since you showed up. And I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Great, I'm super good at this. Let's see, that's a +1. That's a 10.
Cool. For some reason, I expect you to have a much higher dexterity.
You're a wizard, Caleb.
Yes. Well, what wizard's gonna have a good dex? You barely step out of the way as you're walking down the street, just minding your own business, and then you see a bright flash of white light, and suddenly a man just falls out of the sky in front of you, and you barely manage to step away, like holding your books to your chest. Shavir, you gain consciousness almost immediately as you're face first in the cement.
Well, I'm gonna do what I've learned to do in Waterdeep, I'm gonna treat it like New York City. I'm gonna mind my own goddamn business, and I'm just gonna keep walking where I was going and pretend I didn't see anything. Do I need to make a deception check for that?
Absolutely, sure.
All right. That's a 3.
Yeah, Shavir, you look up at this bird, which then just kind of tries to, like, step around you, but she's quite small, and she just kind of ends up kicking you in the shoulder a little bit more.
Oh, sorry about that. Don't, I'm good. That's,
Where? Hi.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mm.
this, this
It's
is.
back.
I don't think. Where am I?
Ooh, funny thing. You're you're in Waterdeep, stranger. You don't know where you are? That's kind of.
I mean, hey, calculator, this man just
Mhm.
just teleported through a rift. He could have been from anywhere.
Mm-hmm. What? I have Pud voice. God damn it! Every single time.
Everybody is Pud.
Every time, every
Do it.
character.
You gotta do it nasally and just a little bit higher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Think Angus MacDonald, boy detective.
Hello,
Mhm.
sirs.
That's not me. I haven't listened to that in a while.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. So, what do you mean? This is Waterdeep. I don't know what the problem is. Um, are you okay?
My face hurts.
Mhm.
This isn't okay. If this ain't where I'm from. Well, no. Okay, so it's somewhat different. All right.
You, yeah, you're not around here. You're not from. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in, I think it was Kalimshan. Yeah, I was born in Kalimshan.
Can I make a history check?
Yeah.
Because what the fuck is that?
Shavir's British now. It's-
We're all British all of a sudden.
15.
I'm trying to get this
Unless
accent.
it was
It's
always
just not wanting to
British.
come to me. So.
We all get Britishified. It's fine.
I was a 15, Caleb, by the way. I don't know
A
if you heard.
15. Sorry, I'm not looking at how I gotta look at my outside of Waterdeep notes because I don't have a lot of them and they're all
I can-
physical.
I can tell, like, if they would know. Like, I know where it is. So if you, like...
It's north. It's kind of like northeast of Waterdeep, right? Like it's very,
south.
it's
Southeast.
south?
Southeast.
Southeast.
Very
Alamsham's a
south.
desert.
Oh,
It's,
there-
it's very south. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
it's the southern end of the Sword Coast.
Yeah, yeah, listen, I did all my research on Waterdeep. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, so I'd say with 15, takes you a second, but you recognize the name, and that's very far south. Like, that is probably, like, almost, like, over a week's travel of south.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Anyway, wait. All right. I'm just gonna walk away. I don't know what the fuck. I'm a dorky little what am I supposed to do? This random dude fucking dropped in the sky. What do you mean?
Shavir's gonna stand up and look around for the other people he came with, or hopes that he came with.
Make a perception
yeah.
check. That's what that is.
Wow. 2! He's so perceptive.
That bird. There's that little
bird.
owl, that little owl girl. You know her. You see her. She's walking away. That's a little weird. Maybe I'll tell you this. You kind of without really knowing where your friends are or how to contact them right now, maybe this little bird might know somewhere where people like you or adventurers might collect or just be attracted to.
He's gonna get. So yeah, he's up. He's gonna just follow behind this bird. He's not able to make himself hidden, so he's just following behind them, trying his best to not be in the way, but just follow them. Like, how do I describe it? Like, he's not like directly behind them, but maybe like a few feet, just walking behind them as they walk away.
Are you don't have to follow me, right? Like you can kind of do your own thing.
Well, I don't I don't know where I'm going, and you do, so I'm gonna
Hmm.
follow you.
Hmm. Ooh, about that. That's I don't. You don't. Nah. Um. Can I try to persuasion talk my way out of this?
What do you say?
No, no. You should go. There's like some maps. Elsewhere in town. You should just go like check them out or something. You know, just like yeah.
Uh, maps usually have words on them.
Do I have to roll for that?
No.
Or
I
that's just
can't
that. That's
read.
just a failure. Okay, good. I will just
How about make a history check?
for me.
Mhm.
Okay. 17.
17. I'll say with a 17. If you want this guy off your tail, maybe you should send him to like the only place you know where you could easily lose people. Um
The library.
No.
Sorry.
The library
Yeah.
is nice and quiet. And usually it's pretty easy to spot, people you recognize in there. Especially you. You would recognize it, like everybody in the library. You're very familiar with the staff. But if you
Too
want,
much so. They
if
hate
you
me.
want to get away, and if you want to hide from this random strange man who's now following you, maybe you should start heading in the direction of the Yawning Portal. It's a big tavern, which is like a hub for adventurers, and usually you can use it to get away because a lot of people are picking fights around there, and so maybe you could distract him.
Oh, oh yeah. That's actually a great idea. Could you come here? Do not come with me. Come on. I'll
Okay,
help you out.
all right, I'll
So,
follow you.
what'd you say your name was, friend?
It's Javert.
Great. Great. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Shiver.
Javert. Javert.
Shaver. Shav.
Vir.
Anyway, there's this cool tavern, and I'm sure you can meet. Uh, you'll know what's up once you get there. You know, you seem capable.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's super awkward. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you
Uh,
also just don't give him your name? Alright, yeah, no, you guys just walk.
for context, calculator. That's my name, by the way. You don't know it yet, though. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I have a 5 for charisma.
Oh, yeah.
Sure only has an 18.
But you do have a pretty good memory. And so you start making your way towards this big, loud tavern that you know. Are you just gonna lead him there?
Yeah, I'll take him
Okay.
there, and then take him inside.
All right, you lead him there, and you guys head inside without much issue. Meanwhile, Starwipe, let's who roll better on Constitution. Not Zeph.
Not Zach.
Loveless. You
Sup?
wake up on damp and soggy streets. Oh, you almost feel like you're catching your balance as you kind of run into like a box of like crates and stuff. You hear like there's like a guy that's walking past you. He's like, "Hey, watch where you're going," and he just continues to walk.
Hey, watch where you going here. Hey.
Waterdeep is literally in New York. Like, I'm not even kidding you.
Which is
When
what-
Liz
I've always
said that, I was
considered
like,
it more London, because
I
I've given people their British accents.
Well,
But
yeah, no.
I love the idea of like the lower part specifically being like downtown Manhattan.
like no, genuinely, like with all of my research on Waterdeep, I just can't stop thinking of this. Like, this is New York. Like, weird shit happens all the fucking time. Nobody gives a shit, and everybody's just trying to get their fucking jobs done. You know? It's pretty funny. Anyway, you wake up and, like, you nearly run into a man kind of leaning on some crates for balance as you kind of come to. And you look around the area, unsure of entirely where you are. You've never seen a city this big before.
Oh, what else is new? I don't know where I am. Oh,
Do you want to make
sorry.
do you want to make a perception check for me?
We'll do that. 19.
Nice. Looking around, you kind of start walking a few steps, walking down kind of the ending of one street and kind of peeking your head out onto kind of this sort of long, almost like boardwalk-like area where you see people on carts ringing bells, and it looks like much more of like a trade area. And as you kind of glance around, you see the most recognizable white head of hair that you can. Zeph, you come to consciousness around the same time, probably somewhere between 200 to 200 feet away from where Loveless wakes up.
Loveless
For
barrels into Zeph, giving her a hug. I don't know where I am.
And Zeph, you don't know where you are either.
I could take could take like 2 seconds to look around and realize, I would assume.
Yeah, Zeph,
I
you
grew
kind
up
of,
here.
Yeah, you kind of come to consciousness and you're looking out at this wide sort of the ocean. It's long and vast, and you're on this kind of damp, soggy dock. It probably must have rained like the other day, and you know the wood's still kind of wet.
Hey, this is familiar.
And looking about, you see people walking and talking. Lucky for you, you didn't sort of bamf into somebody like your other two compatrons. But you kind of...
I was attacked immediately by one of them, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Loveless basically looks around, spots Zeph, and is just like full on like sprint.
Zeph, I had just gotten used to Ruval.
Yeah, it's alright. How tall is Lovelace again?
4'10".
What?
4'10"?
Short.
So, Zeph is 6 foot tall. So, for context, for you guys looking at my camera, that would be like somebody hugging me like right here.
Yeah.
So,
Child-sized.
a child, yeah.
I have a friend who is 4'10" and I am 6 foot. I know exactly what this looks like.
Yep.
So she's just kind of like, okay, Lovelace, calm down just like a little bit, alright? Deep breath. Just, like, let me get my bearings, please. Thank you. Right, well, this dog's familiar, and so is that ocean.
It was so scary. You like passed out and then you disappeared, and then I just woke up here.
She's... How long does it take me to clock where I am, Caleb?
Make a history check. That'll
would it be
tell us.
history or would it be perception?
It would be a history check.
Are you sure not perception? Because I'm looking around.
You're trying to.
And because I wouldn't need history to know where I'm from.
Okay, fine. You can make a perception check.
Thank you.
I just usually
Caleb,
go,
my history's minus. Caleb, my history's -1.
Okay, well, now I want to make you roll with history.
Okay, no, because,
No.
because here's the thing. If you're making me roll for this, you either have to give me advantage on it or something, because you cannot tell me that being gone for 2 years and thinking about a place constantly, that as soon as you get back there, you wouldn't know.
No,
You would be like, oh, I don't know where I am.
You know what? Because you're not looking around or looking for something in particular, that's not perception. This will be history, but I'll give you advantage because you're a local. You were a local 2 years ago.
15.
15. Alright. You pick up, kind of after a few seconds of looking around, that you're probably somewhere in the southern dock ward of Waterdeep. A place you've been before and you're vaguely familiar with. Though, also, with your quick look around the area, Lovelace kind of just ran into you. You probably wouldn't have seen them if they didn't get up and start exploring before you did. But also, looking around the area, you don't see Shavir, and you do not see Sora.
Okay. So, at first, she seems just very excited. She's like, well, shit, this dock's familiar. Oh, damn it. This is where I got did I ever tell you that I got punched in the face on a dock in Waterdeep, and then that's when I showed up in... Where's Sora? Where is Sora and where's Shavir?
I don't know. I told you, you're the first person I saw that didn't immediately yell at me.
Okay, she's like, do I have my things on me?
You pat yourself around. You have most of your things. You've got your plate armor, you've got your longsword, you've got everything else, but the other items. You still have your tattoos and stuff, but they don't glisten like they used to. But you pat around, and you do have your sending stones.
Give me a second. She'll grab it and like rub her finger across the rune. Sora? Where are you? We appeared. I'm on a dock in Waterdeep. I'm like home. Are you around? Where are you? What happened? Are you okay?
There's a couple moments of silence before you kind of hear the mumbled kind of response of, sis, I'm fine. I ran into somebody's cart, kind of covered in jam right now, but I'm okay. This is Waterdeep. You see, the sound of just your confused younger brother is just, he's okay. He just sounds confused, but honestly, when is he not? He's...
Yeah. So she's like, okay, good, that's good. Sora, he's fine, and he's here, and he knows how to get home from here if he needs to, and he knows where to find me. It's like a day's walk or even like half a day's cart ride, so he'll be fine. We need to find Shavir though, because I don't think he's ever been to Waterdeep before, and Waterdeep likes trouble. So, I do know where to go though, because typically people who are out of the ordinary, whether by choice or by a fight, usually end up in one place. So let's go.
And I'm assuming that
Right.
one place
Is the yawning portal.
is the yawning portal. Yay! As your two separate crews at this point, both with their token short bird friend. I didn't mean to split it up like this, but now that I'm realizing I did, I'm like, this was a good decision.
This was good. This was
was
We
a
have
good
two.
decision.
We have two holy warriors and two small bird friends.
Yep. Two holy warriors and their small birds. as you guys make your way kind of down these winding streets, pushing past crowds of people, eventually, both of you, or all of you, find yourself standing out front of the yawning portal. This tall, kind of wooden building, kind of built into this sort of almost like taller, rocky kind of surface that kind of holds up the sides of the building. It definitely stands out along the other sort of buildings that surround it, if not for the fact that it is huge, colorful, and you can already hear people shouting from inside. It is the fact that as you enter, this wide and open tavern space is full of laughter, cheers, shouting, people drinking, and just kind of hanging out. Everybody in this bar is just a colorful character of any sorts. There's the few normal shady individuals sitting in the corners, but almost everybody here looks like they have seen some shit.
Zev, this is the place where people don't get into fights?
No, this is the place where people go when they get into fights, yes.
Oh, okay.
And most fights end up here, but,
Why are we here?
Zeph is smiling just a lot. She looks just very, very happy.
But
very familiar with the place.
oh yeah. But what you see in the center of this tavern that stands out the most is this huge stone well that just drops straight down into complete and utter darkness. It is a huge hole with maybe about like a 5-foot wall that kind of prevents anybody from just falling in, but it's like made of like a kind of a stony brick. If it wasn't there, who knows what would be waiting for you at the bottom of that pit. But as
Alina does.
as Zeph and Lovelace enter the room, already kind of entering, and maybe not yet have found a table, as you guys kind of arrive almost around the same time by, way of travel. Calculator and Shavir, you also enter and are kind of greeted with this lousy and very bright and colorful interior.
I will say Toxic did say that he had to dip for a second.
I'm back.
Oh,
I'm back.
he's
I'm
back.
There you go. Welcome back. I didn't see your message, so sorry about that.
I didn't
Well-
see you say you got back, so.
All right. Well, here's the place. Feel free to hang out. Do whatever you want. I'm gonna. I mean, I don't have anything better to do though.
I'm gonna roll a perception check. Caleb, can I?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
When we go into to see mainly just if I recognize anybody around, if any of my family members are here, or anybody from when I was younger, or if I know anybody, sort of thing. Just kind
Sure.
of like seeing like
I'll also
who's
say
here, what's changed, all that.
I'll also say Shavir can make a perception check as well when he gets in.
It's a 24, baby.
Nice.
An 18.
Easy enough. The moment you guys kind of take a second to take in the area, I didn't realize I had ads on my stream. I just glanced over at chat. Apparently people are getting ads. I didn't realize I had ads active. That is stupid. I'll have to turn that off, but not right now. It's fine. I'll turn that off after. That worries me. Sorry.
I get them whenever I enter Jeg's stream, so.
Yeah, those are pre-roll ads. I turned off pre-roll ads because I didn't want that. And then I thought I turned off ads, but now people are getting ads in the middle of the stream.
Oh, you
and
did
I'm
not
like,
turn off pre-roll ads.
Did I not? I thought I had pre-roll ads turned off. Damn it. Okay. Whatever. That's fine. I'll figure out my stream settings later. Immediately, you two easily recognize each other as you immediately ping Shavir, and Shavir, you immediately see Zeph. Unrecognizable in this space. Zeph, I don't know if you'd recognize anybody else in the interior, but there's
With a 24?
with a 24? No. Nobody you'd be super familiar with, at least. Maybe because you also haven't sent me your entire backstory, so I don't actually know if you would know anybody.
This is my way of yes-anding, kind of like how they did in fucking
But Ariel, I want to give you this.
Has Amnesty.
Tam's amnesty.
Has Amnesty.
I want to give you this. You don't immediately recognize anybody besides Shavir, which is a big relief because, oh boy, he's at least the one you were looking for. Sora isn't here. Not yet, at least. But for a brief moment, you see a girl in kind of like a sort of tealish blue kind of like barmaid dress, tight corset, and this big this kind of big orange hair that's like pulled up in a really tight like a messy bun at the top of her head. She's just going out and she's giving kind of tankards of beer to some of the patrons, and as she kind of swings by, she stops in front of you and she goes, "Oi, can I get you guys a table?" And she once again looks over to the four of you now, kind of making eye contact with every single one of you as she stands in front of you.
Yes, please. Wherever's available currently, it doesn't really matter. But thank you.
Depends on what kind of
Javier!
food you are.
What?
Nah. What were you saying?
Sorry, I said I was just like, oh, Shavir! But how?
Yeah, I like to imagine the four of you are kind of standing in a line, like just kind of like.
Yeah.
Welcome to Waterdeep. This is not how I expected to introduce you to here, but welcome.
Oh,
Kind of bird.
are you Shiver's friends?
Shavir. Bird. Meet. Zeph. And Lovelace. Birds. Birds.
I mean, it's okay. It's fine. Hi.
Well, yes, we are friends. To answer your question, I'm not entirely sure what that's all about, but we'll unpack that later, I think. Later.
Oh, well, they kicked my shoulder when I fell into whatever this was. Oh yeah, you said Waterdeep. So yeah,
That's quite rude.
I fell in the street. It's my fault.
Shavir,
Yes.
we've talked about this.
Because-
Sometimes when weird magic things happen, it's not really anybody's fault. And that doesn't mean that you need to take fault for it. Because there was absolutely no thing that you could have done to not have that happen. Yes?
Statistically speaking, you could have probably done something. I'm just saying, you probably could have, like...
Are you trying to get punched in the face?
No.
Because it very much feels like you are.
That's what a lot of people say.
Right. She'll look back to the barmaid.
The barmaid just kind of sat there. She's got like her tray underneath one of our arms, and she kind of rests her hand on her hip, and she kind of goes, "How about I get you guys all a drink?"
Yes, please.
She kind of glances around and points to a table where there's like one just kind of patron kind of sulking in the corner, and she goes, "Oi, Mark, get up!" And then the guy kind of goes, "Sorry, buddy," and he just like stands up and moves to a different table. Take this one by the window.
Mark's still doing that? He's still here? He's still just sulking in corners, yeah?
Do you know Mark?
Yeah, I know Mark. Mark's been here forever.
No, he has. I pretty soon I got hired about a month ago.
Hey,
I wondered. You did seem new.
hey, barmaid, could I get like a booster seat
please.
or something?
Oh, please call me Bonnie.
Well,
Yeah, I'll get you something like that. Don't worry, we get small folk like you in here all the time. You just go
Thank
sit over there. I'll
you.
be right back. And you see she kind of, almost like with like kind of like a quick flourish of her skirt, she kind of just moves with like this sort of light graceness as she kind of heads back towards the bar, and kind of begins to kind of speak. Like she gets out of range where you're not able to like hear her anymore, but you see she kind of like quickly says something to the bartender, who's this like really ruggish and like kind of looking like aggressive dude. He's got like a scar up his cheek and these big thick mutton chops and stuff. He's there cleaning a glass. He just kind of nods and kind of like looks underneath the bar and like picks up kind of like this kind of like wooden booster seat that looks like it's made for a child, but it just it just says like halfling seat, and she kind of just takes it and kind of rests it on her shoulder before she makes her way back, setting it up on one of the chairs, for you, of course. How tall
Thank you very much.
How tall is Calculator? Just pure curiosity.
3'2". What do you ask?
Lovely. I love it.
Caleb, may I do a history check on that guy to see if I recognize him?
Oh, yes.
Also, I was wrong. I don't have a -1. It's just a flat roll. So
that's fine.
So average 10.
10.
Right in the middle.
I mean,
right
honestly, it's hard not to recognize him. That's Durnan. He's the owner of the bar and is, to your knowledge, either he used to be a rustic adventurer or maybe he still gets up to stuff every now and then. But you know, he owns the bar. He's owned the bar for like years at this point, so I feel like you'd know him. But Bonnie, on the other hand, is a little bit of a new face.
Dude.
Sorry?
I just realized we never actually described our characters.
Well, now that you all are sitting down at a table for the first time, do we want to go through and describe our characters?
Sure.
All right, we'll start at the top of the list. So we'll start with Jay, and then we'll work our way down, if that's okay. That's fair.
Awesome. Loveless Amity is a very short Aarakocra who is modeled after a rainbow macaw. She/they. Loveless. I'm not gonna talk about backstory. Yeah, she's just very anxious. Extremely unfamiliar with even Ruval, where they were from. And now they are being rocketed into a new place. This is the third time that they've been rocketed into a brand new location in a very short succession.
I mean, they were on Ruval for a while. They had like a couple of months.
Oh, but
It's time.
So what about Zeph?
Zeph. Sorry, I got a hiccup. Zeph is a tall, she's 6 foot, so she's a tall, Air Genasi woman with, a very, like, athletic build. She looks very strong. She has this long white hair, like silvery white hair that, is in a braid typically, and, usually in the process of falling on her face. She has a lot of scars, some bigger, some smaller, a couple on her face, just like around her, like forehead, one kind of on her cheek right here, and currently is wearing a set of very intricately carved plate mail, that has clearly seen some battle, though she tries to take good care of it. There are just some like burn marks and some areas where she just couldn't really get all of the ash out from the old sea destruction, and some scratches here and there that just couldn't be fully buffed out. She wears a holy symbol of the goddess Akaiti, right on her chest, right on the front of her plate, which is a cloud. And most of the carvings on her armor are very similar, wind and air and cloud themed. She's a Tempest cleric. And yeah.
Liz!
You can't see it, but she has a dope tattoo on her arm.
Fuck yeah. Liz, your calculator. What's she looking like?
I am a 3'2" small little white owlin wearing a kind of bluish robe with a backpack with my initials embroidered onto it. And I have fisheye lensed glasses on my face. And I mean, that's about it for me. I have some little knickknacks and things on my backpack, but that's about it.
What about Shavir?
Veer is a 5 foot 10 tiefling with white hair, two like black dark blue horns. Um, he's a very muscular man, but not a very smart man.
Himbo hours.
Very much.
Well, as you all kind of take a seat at this table, it's a table. It does wobble a little bit. Probably has been picked up and tossed in a number of bar fights throughout the years. But Bonnie does set up a little booster seat for Calculator. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of small races in town. You know, it's not an uncommon thing. As you know, you guys can all take a seat. You know, everything's a little bit wobbly. There's like chunks taken out of the wood on your chairs and such, but even so, there's like a single kind of like candle kind of like in like a small like kind of glass holding in the center of the table, trying to make it look a little bit nicer as it just kind of dimly flickers. And Bonnie kind of goes, can I get any of you a drink?
Yes, please. Nothing too strong, honestly. Just maybe just water for right now.
I can get a water, please.
All right, 2 waters, 3, 4.
Could I get a milk?
I
Water upsets my stomach.
I can get you milk, no problem. And for
What?
you, colorful one.
Loveless just goes completely silent.
I'm gonna get
Looks
you a water as
straight
well.
down at the table. Yeah.
I'm gonna get you a water as well. All right. I'll be back in a sec. And she kind of begins to kind of move off with this very light grace. Like it's probably very helpful, but like it's almost like how like a dancer moves with like that sort of fluidity and grace as she kind of moves back towards the bar and kind of goes and grabs your guys' drinks, which is probably helpful in such a rowdy location. And even so, you know, the 3 of you who know each other and one of which you don't, the 4 of you are kind of sat at a table together. What do you do?
Sorry, give me like 1 second. I'm trying to find something real quick.
No, you're good.
The reason Loveless went silent wasn't for like any dramatic reason. She's just anxious.
Fair enough.
They just have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I tried to do...
Hi, by the way. Name's Calculator. It's a pleasure. In case I need an introduction, you know, if you want me to, of course, you know, I want to. And she'll just start mumbling to herself and then start fidgeting with her fingers, just kind of like, I guess, she would have fingers, but they're more like feathered.
Yeah.
I got-
Shabir just reintroduces himself as they do. It's like I'm Shabir. Wait, I already saw what you're saying. Yeah, I'm Shabir. There's more of a little like reassurance to himself, basically. He looks around. Dixie, hey, I'm doing stuff. And he looks around and just tries to see what's going on. See if he can see anything.
Sure, make a perception check.
Let's do fine. 10.
10.
Yes, so well.
I mean, there is a lot of stuff going on. It's normally...
It shouldn't be a big deal. I just wanted to let you know, because I was thinking about that. So.
I don't know what that means. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
That's the year.
Oh,
That is around what the year would be.
cool. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna come up, honestly.
I don't think it is either, but I just wanted to let you know.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, Shavir, you kind of take a look around, looking for anything that really stands out to you as you kind of awkwardly sit at the table, and you kind of take a glance at Bonnie, who's watching as Durin kind of pours the drinks and kind of prepares them for her, and she begins to make her way back. But then you hear someone shout. And everybody's been shouting in this bar. It's normally loud and a little bit rambunctious, but this shout stands out to you. As you hear just someone yell, "Hoy! You're the fucker that killed my mate!" And then you kind of glance up, Shavir, as you just see this big half-orc, just like with kind of like this bluish-gray skin, kind of stand up on the other side of the bar. Maybe about 15 or so feet away from you guys. And you see he stands up, looking down a table of like probably 6 or so individuals, all appearing to be human, and just clocks one of them into in the side of the head. And you see the guy kind of stumbles, his head kind of smashing against the table, and you see the guy he punched is this bald human with like these tattoos of eyes that just surround his entire head.
Jonathan Sims? Jonathan
What?
Sims?
Jonathan Sims?
Jonathan Sims? Yeah. No,
The fact that you would imply that Jonathan Sims is bald and does not have
No,
a
it's-
luxurious mane of hair that he keeps in a man bun.
It's
How
the
dare you.
eyes.
I
It's
know
the
it's the eyes. I know it's the eyes.
But you, Shavir, you notice this first. You hear him get up, but then as the guy's head hits the table, it makes this loud crash noise, and it would alert all of you as you guys look over at this fight. The half-orc kind of grabs him by the shirt and just begins to kind of toss him to the ground, as there's obviously a bar fight starting.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's fine. This happens all the time. Just if we stay at the table and just don't.
He's already standing up.
No,
Alright.
Shavir, hey, Shavir.
Shavir, what do you do?
She stands up.
he stands up. He looks at him, and as soon as his name's called, he just
Don't get
But,
in the middle of it. It's not worth it.
he punched him though, and you're not.
And
you're
he
not-
might have deserved it. We don't know. We're
Hey,
not.
hey, Shiver, I want to teach you something. Come, sit down. Come here.
He sits back down at the table.
Don't talk to him like he's a child, please.
he sat
Anyway,
back down.
So in Waterdeep we have a little fun concept. It's called minding your own business, and I want you to practice it right now. All right?
And how,
Oh, look,
how-
you're
how do I do
doing
that?
great. You're doing
What
great.
there?
You're doing it right now. Look, you're just-
Shavir,
Wow,
we don't know what caused that. We don't know them. It is not our place to step in, and honestly, if you do, it'll probably just end up getting somebody's shit wrecked, and I don't want to have to heal a ton of people today.
But-
This is so common here. This is a place full of adventurers. I mean, you remember how it could get at the Dancing Kobold on Old Sea sometimes. Like, people would get into fights all the time.
Oh, well, yeah. I pulled him out and I made sure the fighting stopped. So
Right, but you knew those people.
did I?
You don't know these people.
I didn't know. I didn't know. Calculate till. Yeah, I didn't know them.
It's
And they
it's
brought me
it's.
here.
It's fine. Yeah, do it. Touche.
But that's different. You met somebody and they brought you here. That's not stepping into a fight. That's just not. Shavir, I don't like innocent people getting hurt as much as the next person, but I have a feeling that's not the case of what's happening here. Considering what that other man shouted, And I just really don't feel like it's our place to step in.
He said he killed his friend, so that's. Well,
So he probably deserved getting punched in the face, yes?
well,
At this point,
maybe.
at this, you guys, or Shavir, if you're probably the only one who's still consistently watching the fight at this point, well, I'm getting text messages. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna quickly. It's fine. Yeah. At this point, whoop. Ah! Everybody start banging on their tables. Oh, well, anyway. At this point, you watch as the half-orc fella kind of grabs the bald human and tosses him to the floor. And at that point, the people who were sitting at the table with him begin to get up and grab onto him, pulling him back and pushing him to the ground. As you see, the bald one, stands up and kind of gently wipes his nose, and make a perception check for me, actually, Shavir.
4.
4. You can't hear what he says, but you know he said something to the half-orc, as you just see him scowl and then shout, as he goes to try to push these 5 men off of him, to not great success, as he's still being basically pinned to the floor. And as that happens, this large, also half-orc woman walks over. Her hair's kind of pulled back in, like, multiple, like, black braids that go down her back. And she's this big greatsword on her back. And she kind of walks over in between them, and kind of grabs kind of, like, one man by the back of the shirt and lifts him off of the half-orc, and kind of tosses him away. And she goes, "Now you boys better go figure this out outside, alright? I'm not gonna get involved in any of your business. Get out!"
Nice.
And you
Mommy?
see...
Sorry. Mommy?
Mommy, sorry.
She actually stands at about almost 7 feet tall. She's huge. And she just...
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry.
This is just a scary day. What you want from me?
Zeph kind of looks at Shavir and is like,
Yep. She kind of grabs the main two of the fight, the bald-headed human and the half-orc. Kind of grabs them by the top of the collar, and glares to the other 6, who kind of like back off like almost immediately. She just snarls, her like showing off her big tusks to them before grabbing them by the back of the shirts and begins to kind of drag them towards the door, one by one, tossing them out. She'd be
nice.
and then she looks back to the other crew who are still kind of stood by their table. They kind of like, at this point you could tell that they had like their like daggers at the ready, and they just kind of put them away, and then one by one scurry out the door. And then from her perch at the door, she kind of leans against the wall, her arms crossed over her chest, and she just stands there waiting, looking around the room.
Do I know her? Is she also one of the older like people who work here or come here, like normal patrons?
You might actually, because she does work for the bar. Her name is Yagna Strongfist. She is
Nice.
she's paid by the bar to kick people out, like in this occasion. And she stands by. You guys are at kind of like a window seat by the front of it, so she's maybe at this point like about 6 or so feet from you. She's just minding her own business, kind of watching over the tavern.
And she's been here for a while.
Oh yeah, no, she's definitely been here for a while. Much like Durgon, they kind of share this sort of roughness to them. Even like, and usually a lot of the older employees of this estate have that sort of ruggedness to them. You can probably tell.
Yeah. Zeph kind of like leans back in her seat and is like, I've been kicked out by her before. Once or twice.
It's 'cause you still fine.
I try not to get noticed by her.
I mean, we're all stupid teenagers once.
She hearing this conversation, she looks over, and I'm gonna roll a history check on her with her just to see if she recognizes either of you. She kind of looks over and she goes, well, you haven't caused any trouble for me. Not yet, at least. And you see she smiles as she looks over. You can tell that look in her eyes, she obviously recognizes both you and Calcator. Like, both. She recognizes both of you instantly. It's
Shit.
like that. It's like that look of like, just, she smiles to you. Like, she's not gonna kick you out, but she's definitely keeping an eye on you. Like, she doesn't want to kick you out because you're not doing anything. But like,
No, I mean, yeah, 100%.
As you said that, like, she looked over and she was like, "Oh yeah, I have kicked you out before."
Yeah, I
it was
mean,
kind of like that look of like, "Oh, I know who you are." Yeah.
Yeah, like, she kicked her out, but then, like, you know, that was when she was, like, what, like, 16? Like, a stupid teenager, and, like, she, you know, she came back later when she was a bit older, and, like, you know, it's whatever. Like, this is a place where adventurers go. Every single time she came back to Waterdeep, or when she was looking for, like, especially when she was looking for, like, travel, like, from one side or another, like, she would come here because she would, like, tag along with adventuring parties and stuff. So, like, she's just kind of like, I got better. As I grew up. I'm older now.
She just kind of tilts her head, just kind of, She doesn't say much, but she gives you that kind of, like, eye roll look of, like, we'll see. That kind of challenging, but she does have a soft smile on her face as she waits.
This is extremely uncomfortable in this environment, and her, like, the feathers on the back of her neck are, like, standing up, and, like, her shoulders are, like, up to their ears at this point. They're just, like, sipping on their water.
Could I start? Oh, sorry.
There waves to the person. He doesn't know better.
She kind of does, like, that casual wave back with, like, 2 fingers pulled down. You know, like, that kind of wave.
Yeah.
She just, her arms are kind of crossed over her chest, so she kind of does a very casual wave to you.
Caleb, could you put the name, like, how to spell
I'll
their
type
names
it.
in
I'll
chat?
type it. I'll type it in general. I will hold on.
While this is happening, I just want to start. I want to pull out one of my textbooks from my backpack and just start reading it. Just like casually reading it as like for fun.
Fucking nerd.
Easy enough, as you do. You guys all are given your drinks from Bonnie, and for the most part, it seems to be a fairly relaxed environment after those guys are kicked out. People are, some more patrons have come in, others have left in the couple of minutes that passed by. Can everybody make a perception check for me?
Love to, Caleb Tiefling. 16.
Right on.
18.
Right on.
7.
Great.
Woo!
14.
Zeth's too distracted talking to people that she knows and, like, pointing out, like, different people that she recognizes and shit.
There's a lot of new faces in Waterdeep, what you do realize. I don't really want to continue. This is like a thing.
It ain't no thing.
It ain't no thing.
I mean, if anything, Sky was the one who didn't see it, so.
That is true. Hold on. I actually have to take my bracer off now because my hands are doing a little bit better, and also I need to type.
Hey, I want everybody to know that when I was designing this character, I thought anxiety, and so for my feet, I took alert.
Interesting. Did I take a feat? I think I took a feat, right? I did not take a feat.
You should take a feat. Take a feat right now.
I
love how this is like the first image that comes up for her. Like she's.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
This
Sorry.
is not how I described her. I think I would customize her a little bit differently. But this is the first image that comes up for her. That's Yargna.
Hot. She's hot.
would you say that? I read it as Yagna, but I realized there's no.
I
N.
would say Yagra.
Yagra.
Yagra?
Yagra.
Yagra. I can do
Yagra.
Yagra.
God,
Listen,
she's
I'm
hot.
Yeah,
listen,
she's so fucking hot.
Me dyslexic. So you have to remember I'm reading these names that I did not name myself, and for the most part they're like oh, here's like I really liked this one for what Bonnie would probably look like. I did take a little creative liberty in describing them a little differently, but like that's Bonnie. That's your barmaid.
Hey, Caleb.
Pretty women are very popular in this
No,
game.
hey, Caleb, you realize how mean that is, right?
No, but I genuinely, that's what she looks like in the books. Like, I'm not kidding you.
Can we say, hi, can I make a couple creative liberties and things right here to, like, describe her in a certain way that would make her not identical to Ava?
I think so as well. I was leaning more for like the Ophi kind of, like the Ophelia kind of description, I'll be honest.
Oh, I was
Like-
going the opposite, actually. I was thinking, like, closer to, like, maybe, like, Merida from Brave? Or
Oh!
Portia. Not even. Portia.
Portia! Actually,
Portia.
I like
Portia is what I
Portia.
was going
I
for.
like Portia.
I like Portia.
I like Portia. I think we can do that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So. But that's good. I get a new redhead to fawn over.
A new redhead. There you go.
Oh,
That's what she
life.
looks like now. That's what she
life.
looks like now.
Look at her.
We'll do that. I
Oh.
like that.
My life.
I like
Portia
that.
Deverak. Take
Yep.
my hand in marriage. Anyway.
Anyway, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll actually go around and I'll actually redraw the NPCs and like what I imagine my style. Like what I think they look like in my brain, because these are just, hey, I'm Googling images.
No, I would say, I don't know who Yagra's little mouse friend is, but I would like to befriend him.
Mouse friend?
You not see it in the picture in the pocket?
Oh, is there a mouse in the pocket?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a mouse in her pocket! I didn't notice that, actually. I just looked at, literally, I just pulled these off of Google. So I'll be honest, you know.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at her stats a little bit more, read more about her. Because I just have the bare basics right now, if I'll be honest.
No,
But,
you're valid.
as you guys are kind of sat, comfortably, either reading your books, enjoying your drinks, or just kind of taking in the kind of community that there is in this tavern, you all are kind of at a point of rest and relaxation for a while. And then-
Relaxation's the wrong word, Caleb Teabley.
It's only gonna get worse, Loveless, as I think you're actually the one who rolled the highest. Hold on, let me
No,
see.
it was
Shavir. Shavir. Okay, well you all both rolled pretty high. So I'll give it to both of you for benefit of the doubt. You guys hear this straight, like, it's kind of like a scratching noise, like a scratch and then something crack. And a scratch and something crack. And then you kind of look around trying to wonder where that noise is coming from. And you glance over to the well as you see a long, green, slimy hand curve over the top of the well. And then another as this tall, sort of thin, greenish, kind of like grayish green, kind of skinned body and kind of like pulls over the edge. It's probably somewhere between like 7 to 8 feet tall, as it has this long, thin black hair, and it just looks around with this big, gnarly, just Rah! And everybody just you see one of the patrons kind of stand up and pulls out a short sword and goes, "Troll!" I want everybody to roll for initiative.
Let's go!
About to say Shavir's just gonna take a drink of his water.
16. Also, I took a feat,
10.
by the way.
Oh, did
Because
you
it
take
was-
a feat? Which
It was,
feat did you take?
it was the only one it was one of the only ones I had available, so I
Oh,
used my
I
back-
can give you other ones because I have
It's too late now. No, it's too late now.
Which one did you take?
So with the Quandrix, because I got the Strixhaven Initiate
Right,
feat with my
yes.
background, so I just took another one, but this one with Prismari instead of Quandrix. So now I have more spells.
Oh,
'Cause it's funny.
yep. No, hey, that's valid. You're a wizard. All right. So let's do. Okay, we gotta do calculate.
19, baby.
Add. We gotta add Seth We gotta add... Usually I have this prepared and I only need to change the numbers in Outcast, but this is a new game.
I love how since you're in charge of this, like, I get all spells that you deem cleric spells, so I get Pud's Peace from Pain.
Yep.
That's also a paladin spell.
It is also a paladin spell, yeah.
Oh, so Toxic gets it.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Congratulations, whether you get my spell that kind of sucks, but it's good in, like,
Very specific situations.
it can help not break concentration when you get damaged. And then it can help out story-wise. That's about it. That's all I can do.
Let's start top of the round. We got top of the round. We got Zeph with a 19. We got Calculator with a 16. Loveless with a 10.
I
Shavir
have a
with
fucking
a
plus 7. I rolled a 3.
yeah, it's a 6. And then I get to roll for my troll.
You were so alert, you didn't know what to do.
Well, the troll rolled like absolute garbage, so that's so much fun. Oops, I also need to do, I also need to add 1 for company, and then I'll roll for them. I'll just say that's everybody else in the bar. That's fucking a natural 20. Of course it is. Yeah, fuck it, of course it is. I'll be honest. You know what? Yagna?
Yagra.
Yagra. Listen, I'm bad at fantasy names. I'll be honest. I'm bad. Alright, I'm gonna turn on battle music and then we'll get started.
Were you listening on Spotify to battle music?
Yeah. You can listen with me if you want.
Nice.
Or you can not. It's up to you, or play your own.
Oh, actually, Caleb, I have a really good suggestion for you for battle music. Not like for you to put here, but just in general. Because my good friend sent it to me earlier.
We'll say, for lack of a better term, we'll say you guys are at this
badass.
table. Sorry, I gotta be able to give you guys access to these. I realize I didn't do that. Bad DM.
If you guys want some dope-ass battle music, here you go.
How do I give access to them? Hold on, it's been a while.
Can't listen along. I'm clicking the button and it's not letting me. I'm so upset.
Oh, there it is.
Is it only with Spotify Premium? Can I not listen?
Maybe?
I'm listening. I'm better than you.
Alright, I'm just gonna give it to all players because it's easier that way. And I am lazy.
Bird. So which table were we at?
Give me a second, I'm gonna move you guys. So we'll say
Hey.
Loveless is here, you're over here, we'll have Shavir over here, and Zeph over here. You guys are kind of close down to the bottom of the map. You guys look up as you see this troll. We'll say, because I didn't know where you guys are gonna play this, I'll put him over here. You see also flying out behind him this sort of rain of these sort of pinky flesh-colored bats kind of come out with this large kind of sort of encore of squeaks and begin to fly down and just kind of attach themselves to patrons as they're swinging and fighting. You see them kind of carve down a few of them, but there's still some left as they're kind of flying around them, kind of like the roof of the tavern. I don't have a token for Yagna, but I have an NPC token, which I use for literally everything else. So I'm gonna pop that. Why is she so big? She's a big girl. Alright. You see she's kind of like resting up against the wall around here. And immediately seeing the troll, she runs in. I'll say, kind of seeing some other patrons, being kind of overtaken by these weird flesh bats. She kind of takes her greatsword out and begins to slice them carefully, slicing one by one. I'll say a little bit of spicy flavor. I'm gonna knock out 2 of them. Do I remember? It's been a while since I've used a map. I'm gonna knock out 2 of them. Because I rolled a natural 20. She's allowed to do that. There you As she goes,
Fair enough.
swings and just watches as like they turn into this sort of like they kind of explode with blood and just kind of clatter to the floor, and the patrons are kind of like gasping and they're like, thank you, and then begin to kind of scutter and run away. Zeph, top of the round, your go. You see this.
Alrighty. So each square is 5 feet.
Each square is 5 feet.
Okay, and
It's
I
a big
have-
tavern.
What?
It's a big tavern.
Yes. Oh, how do you do that?
Whoop.
It's underneath the magnifying glass, and it says it's a thing, and then you can click on where you start, and then you can go to where you want.
Okay. I'm gonna.
There are some tables in the way.
I could squeeze. I mean, I could squeeze like go here. There's a table right here, but I could easily squeeze past that and
Oh
then
yeah,
step
no,
right
you
here.
can squeeze past her. But I'm like, if
So-
you guys wanna like vault over top of tables, I'm gonna make you roll acrobatics or athletics.
So
to get
I'm
over.
gonna come right up here, Caleb.
Yeah, I see you.
So
That's
can I
15
drag?
feet. You
So
should be
I'm
able to
gonna
grab your
go-
token, and you should be able to drag yourself.
Yeah, give me a second. I gotta. There we go. So I'm gonna come right up here. And as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Spiritual weapon. What is your
Um,
spiritual weapon?
My spiritual weapon is a. It's just a bigger spiritual version of my sword, which is this really gorgeous longsword. That has these really cool carvings on the handle of like what looks like cloud and winds that goes to a lightning strike up the blade. And actually, as she's casting it, the sword glows and the lightning glows on the sword, and a bigger spectral version appears. Can I get access to like a token or something to represent
Yes,
it?
give me a sec. I'm trying to find something that might represent it. Oops, that's big. You get Moonstaff because I happen to have it and it'll work.
Fair enough.
Let me give you access to it first. Controlled by
Yeah.
everybody. All right, now you should be able to grab it and move it wherever you want.
So she's going to cast it and put it right up here next to this guy. So she can smack it with that. And then with her action, she's going to go after this pink dude right in front of her with her longsword.
All right.
So let me do. I forget what my bonuses are for my stuff right now because it's a lot less. So +2 with longsword, +3 with spiritual weapon. Got it. Oh god.
Combat time.
Combat time.
Combat time. Come on, girl.
So we're gonna do longsword
Ready.
first. Ugh, 10
10? 10
for
does-
the little dude.
Yeah, 10 does not hit, sadly.
And then oops, sorry, no, that was plus.
As you,
there we go.
you kind of go and you swing wide, but it's just so nimble as it kind of begins to kind of bend out of your way, kind of pulling its wings in closer.
Ignore that second one. I accidentally double clicked.
Oh, no, you're fine. That
for that
happens.
one. Though the +3 though was for the spiritual weapon on the troll. You said?
Yeah, it's a troll.
Yeah. So
Somebody,
19 on
somebody
him.
literally shouted troll. So
Yeah,
you're
that's what I
aware it's
thought.
a troll at this point.
19.
19. 19 for that one. That does hit. So.
And then D8 full. I do max damage, so that's a D8 plus.
Fuck yeah.
God, my sheet. D8 plus 3, so 11 damage.
Nice. Nice. Pretty solid hit. Starting out pretty good. Calcula towards your turn.
Wait, give me just 1 second. Because Yes, okay. I would like to. I would not need to make checks because I could just go under them. But I would like to go on top of something. Can I use a fly speed? Would be
Yes.
fine because I'm a bird.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a fly speed. You could just fly up and land on top of something if that's what you want.
Well, I want to land here on the actual bar,
Mhm.
and then I would like to run across to about here.
Fair enough.
Actually,
You kind of like move away around carefully, careful to make sure you not to spill over anybody's drink. There's a couple people sat at the bar. I haven't put down all of the NPC tokens because if not, this place there'd be like somebody on every other square. That's too much to take care of. So.
Actually, I'm gonna stay right there because that seems a bit better. Just 5 feet back. And then I'm gonna cast Magic Missile, just first level.
All right.
Oh fuck! Sorry,
so-
I almost fell. My chair like leaned back and scared me.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna make my pen float up out of my backpack, and then write out Magic Missile, and then cast it. And using my Awakened Spellbook, I want to replace the damage with other stuff that appears in my spellbook, and so I want to use Burning Hands. So I want them to be fire-based damage instead.
So like, the normal, just like kind of white glittery magic just quickly turns to this hot fiery red.
They are all shapes.
These
are pyramids.
Yep,
These are
they're
pyramids.
All pyramids.
And-
Like it's a they're very much like the N64 polygon style, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
How many do I give at first level? I only get 3. I might as well target. I might as well just target the big guy with that.
All 3?
Yeah, all 3.
Alright, roll your d4s. And the modifier, I believe. You get to add the d4s and the modifier, or is it just the d4s? I forget how Magic Missile works.
Well, it's 1d4 plus 1, and then there's 3 of them.
So, 3d4 plus 3. Or do that.
I'm lazy. That's 10.
Alright.
10 fire damage.
10 points of fire damage. As you see the troll kind of growls, leaning backwards. It's barely teetering off the edge of this giant pit at the moment. It's trying to climb its way in. Did not like the fire damage, I'll tell you that much. You see its skin begin to kind of like boil and burn on the impact. Lovelace!
Lovelace calls out from her chair and goes, "What happened to minding your own business? I'm
Yep.
not."
By the way, this is the power of math, and I just want everyone to enjoy it, because I am a math wizard, and I am not ashamed. My name is Calculator, and all of you shall know my wrath. The wrath of my shapes.
Lovelace is gonna hold her, ready in action, that she's only gonna attack if she gets hit. Cause she is minding her business.
Alright.
Valid. I told you to do that. Go off.
Everyone told us to do that, and then both of you
Yep.
rushed the fuck in.
Hey, it's a
Yep.
bit different. Hey, fighting a patron who are fighting with each other is a bit different than fighting a giant troll that climbed up out of nowhere.
The troll didn't hit anybody.
Well, not yet.
Yet.
It rolled garbage on its fucking initiative.
Okay, everybody screamed troll, and everyone went
Well,
troll and started.
You can sit there
killing it.
until you get hit. Feel free.
Wait, I'm doing that.
Yeah, feel free.
I am actively doing that.
I'm aware. That's why yeah, feel free. Go.
Alright, you're holding your action then. Troll's turn.
Less of holding my action, more of like, if I get hit, I'll take my turn. But
Yeah, make a move. Sorry, buddy. This one is gonna fly down to you. I believe.
okay, well.
Yeah, that's gonna come here. That one can easily.
No, but I haven't hit anything.
Yeah, but it's these are evil little bug guys. They're flesh bats. Nope, cannot hit Shavir. But I'll say for sake of remedy, it can go whoop, but here. And so I'm gonna roll for the one attacking Zeph first. The little stinge kind of like flies up to you, and with its kind of like, it kind of opens up, it almost looks like a hummingbird like beak, but as it opens its mouth, it's got like all these like little tiny, very pointed teeth as it just goes at you and just squawks, diving in for a hit.
Awful.
Yeah, that's gonna be 13 to hit.
Ha, nope.
All right, it goes in and dives, and you manage to kind of just easily kind of lean out of the way. That's all I can do for its turn. I'll say one is going to go after Calculator. Sorry, bestie. Actually, I don't think it's gonna hit. That's a 7 to hit.
No, that does not hit.
Wow, I'm rolling garbage. All right, and one's gonna go for Loveless. Loveless does a 17 hit.
does.
Okay, there it goes. Alright, so that's 5 points of damage as its mouth kind of it just kind of sucks under your shoulder, and you feel it begin to kind of suck the blood out of you, almost like a mosquito. But these things are like the size of like small cats, as it just kind of attaches itself to your arm. You have a held action.
Can I just take my full turn, or is it just an action? Like
Sadly, you can take you only can take an action because that's what you held.
That's fine.
If you want to say you moved somewhere on your turn, we can.
I don't want to move. I have my bonus action, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna stab it with my javelin.
All right.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically. Give it a roll. What do you got?
320.
Does hit. That hits, bestie.
Big ol' fish guy. Oh, well, only 3 damage.
3 damage.
Still stab it with my javelin. I'd like to think Loveless just like looks over and goes, ah! Like stabs it in the eye.
Yeah, and you stab it in the eye. You hear it just kind of as it just begins to kind of explode with blood, and then kind of just sulks off of your arm and is now just on the end of your javelin, dead.
Really?
Mm-hmm. These things aren't very strong, I'll tell you that.
All right.
Yeah, you stab it. You're like, oh, all right. Now it's the troll's turn. Troll's going to climb out. It kind of standing on the wood. It kind of looks around. Zeph, you are the closest. It's going to make an attack against you. It's gonna take a step closer, because this is dead. So I'm gonna delete it actually. Because it's dead. It doesn't matter. Clear the table. It moves
Nagra and I
closer
are
to
fighting
you,
side by side, and I think that's
and
great.
it's going to swing at you. It's got 3 attacks.
It's fine.
All right. Well, actually, I don't think.
20 is AC right now, so
20 is your AC. Okay. Well, let me see. Okay. Both of the first ones don't hit. But he gets one more. That's an 18.
20.
20? Alright. He
Got my
just
shield up.
swings. Like, the first two you manage to kind of dodge, the last one it kind of scrapes over the front of your shield, as it just looks at you with these big, like, drooling mouth, and it just kind of growls at you.
I try harder than that, buddy.
Alright. Does not speak common, so it does not know what you said. It would be offended otherwise. Shavir, your turn.
Alright. So, 5, 10, 15. Shavir is beside the table, not on it.
Yep. I assume as much.
He cast Thunderous Smite on his sword, or well, his what is it? His battle axe? Yeah, no, his long sword. And he tries to swing at this thing. I think I only have 1 attack per action. I do, so we're gonna do the one.
Level 3 does kind of suck because of it.
Yeah. 12.
12. 12 does not hit, sadly. You
All right.
swing wide.
That is it.
Alright. Sadly, swing a little bit too wide as it's focused on, Zeph. But you see, Yagra, she's standing there now. She kind of goes, "Don't worry!" And she swings at it. She manages to carve into it as it stumbles back, just like a little bit, like a gash on its chest now. She does. Not a lot of not as much damage as I wish she did, but that's okay. All right. She goes and she swings at it, kind of carving into it. You see, she kind of begins to kind of push it back, almost trying to push it back closer into the well. And you see a couple others are swinging and cutting at these mosquito-like bats. Like, they're just very large mosquitoes, for lack of a better term, as they kind of are flying around and kind of squeaking a bit. Zeph.
Okay, so she's going to have the spiritual weapon once again go for the big dude, big guy.
All right.
So we're gonna do that first. Ugh, it's not very good. It's 12.
12 does not hit.
And on that not hitting, she's going to just like swear under her breath a little bit, and then is the dude within 5 feet of me?
Which dude?
The big dude.
Yes.
She's going to look at him and be just like, oh, I fucking hope this works. And going to cast Inflict Wounds.
All right.
So it's a melee spell attack. So once again, it's a 1 + 3.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Damn. Falling shitty.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You reach forward, and it just kind of, because it's already staggering a little bit further away, you kind of over-anticipate it, and it just kind of like, the spell kind of gets released into the nearby table by Shavir. It kind of blasts with that necrotic energy for a second. Sadly does not hit. Anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
Alright, Calculator.
Great.
Go, my little wizard.
Yes. God damn it, this is kind of annoying because there's not a whole lot I can do right now. Actually, I'm just gonna go.
There is a little bloodsucky guy kind of literally targeting you.
Yeah, so I'm just
And
gonna cast.
targeting Zeph.
So I'm gonna cast Magic Missile again, just first level. Once again, doing fire damage because it's quirky like that. And I want to target this one in front of me with one of them, that one, and that one.
Mm-hmm.
With each of them with one of them. So the one for me is a 3 damage.
Alright. It just combusts immediately.
Alright, the one next to Zeph is a 5, so I'm guessing that kills it.
Yeah, it like combusts and like Zeph's armor just kind of gets splattered with this blood. They're like little blood bags, and when you
the last
kill
one's
them,
a
they
2.
pop.
The last one's a 2.
It doesn't die!
Oh, shit. Oh my god. It has. Does it have 1 HP left?
Uh-huh.
Great, love that.
The one by Shavir, it's barely alive, just kind of sitting there, its wings still kind of flapping. It has like this like wicked look of determination. Anything else for your turn? Movement? Anything?
I'm gonna do the classic wizard play. I am going to get behind the bar. Alright. That's about it. That's all I
Yeah,
do.
what you immediately see is you get behind the bar and kind of duck out of the sight just to, you know, avoid the fight, as you don't really want to get hurt. What you immediately see, though, what you're face to face with, is just a multitude of different sharpened weapons. Just, like, it almost looks like an armory underneath the bar. You're not too surprised, though, knowing the establishment. Still a little weird. Lovelies.
Alright, I fly up 10 feet in the air. And then move over here 40 feet.
Into the pit.
Over the pit, thank you very much. And I have, as a wild magic barbarian, I have magic awareness. As an action, you can open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet. That isn't behind total cover. When you sense a spell, you learn which school of magic it belongs to. I'm focusing on the pit, right? That just happens. Like, there's no roll.
Okay.
It just happens.
Focusing on the pit. The pit is not magical.
Okay.
Or at least what you can sense with 60 feet as you're hovering above it. though you do see the troll and the little things around you flying around you do appear to be sort of magical beasts of some kind.
What school of magic?
Well, they're they don't really have a school of magic because they're not magical items or anything, but they are magical creatures. I'll give you that. You could probably also pick up that the two in range. Like Seth has some sort of magical object in her pocket that has, I believe that's divination, if I remember correctly. Sending is divination, if I remember. I might be wrong. I'm just doing this on memory. But that's what you can pick up immediately, though. There's no, like, intense magical items or anything that you could see that would summoned it here. It is a dark pit, and it goes down way further than 60 feet, you could probably tell. Like, it goes.
Dude climbed a long way to get here. I looked down the pit, long way.
You can't see the bottom.
Yeah. Dude wasn't summoned as far as I can tell. Good news. That's all I got.
Alright. Any actions, or was that your action?
That is my action.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, my turn. You are in range, sadly. These little guys are gonna get a little. All of them can fly to you. And as you're kind of hovering over, they kind of turn their attention as you kind of radiate this sort of magic for a second, trying to understand things. And immediately they swarm onto you. I'm gonna roll. That's a soft 20 to hit. That one's gonna hit. I'm gonna roll for all three, and then I'll roll damage. Second one, a natural 20.
No, Caleb, that actually misses.
Oh, wow. I'm so lucky. And the other one is a 6. So, that I don't think.
Does not hit.
6 does not hit. The other two do. The first one, which is non-critical damage, does 3 points of damage to you.
Tell me the total.
And then, well, let me roll it. Give me a sec.
Well, roll it faster,
Oh
Caleb.
my god. So 8 for the second, so 8 plus 11 points of damage in total. As they just kind of sap onto you, begin to kind of drain your blood. You can just feel it. It's gross. It's gross. It's weird. The troll's gonna take a swing. Since there's now 3 people in front of it, everybody's gonna get 1 each. So you, Yagra, and Shavir are all gonna get a swing. So Zeph with a 10. Shavir, with a 17.
Does not hit.
Alright. And Yagra. Yagra does get hit, though. As you see, it goes and swipes at the two of you, but you manage to kind of block it with your shields, just kind of parrying it out of the way. Does Shavir have a shield?
He does.
Okay.
Would a +2 to Yagra's AC block it?
Yes. Actually, it would.
As Shavir's reaction, one of his wings basically form a little protective thing around Yagra.
Yeah, and you see its claw kind of goes down, and she almost, and then, like, with a little time, you kind of spread out your wing, and she looks at you and kind of gives you, like, a nod of, like, thanks. That's its turn. None of its attacks hit. Your turn, Shavir.
Right. He's going to use his sword again and hope it hits this time. Please. Aha, a 21.
21 does hit.
Okay,
In fact,
so
woo!
it needs to make a strength save DC 14.
Alright. Oh no! That's a 9.
So, from Thunderous Smite, it gets pushed 10 feet away from me. 10 feet away from me is on that, Yep.
How many do you want to do damage?
Oh, D8 plus, I believe it's +1. Let's see. It is plus, yeah, so 8 plus 1.
Big ass well.
6
Just
damage total.
realized.
Oh, it's
3
fucking
light.
huge. No, the well is enormous.
3,
So
3,
6 points of damage in total.
fuck. Yeah, 3 thunder and then 3 slashing.
I'm gonna make a dexterity check to see if it can claw into the edge. If not, then it's gonna fall into the abyss. And it does not. As you see, Shavir, Shavir, how do you want to do this? We're gonna do this.
So,
Boy.
he basically, as his wings come back, he just takes his shield and his sword, does basically like a straight jab at its midsection, as his entire sword just erupts in this very loud boom, and you just see it fall down, and he looks over the edge and goes, "Huh. So it works like that. Okay."
And you just hear kind of like the echoing distant that just slowly fades out as it just falls into the darkness. And Lovelace, you see that just looking down. There's still 3 little spiky guys on you.
I adore that Shavir's just like, huh.
I wanted to do a thing.
Yeah, what do you want to? Well, I was gonna.
Oh, sorry, it's still turn order.
I was gonna keep initiative because there are
Go ahead.
technically 3 enemies left. I'm gonna
Yes.
I'm gonna skip company. And so Zeph, there's 3 people.
Or 4 enemies.
4?
Ready.
Oh yeah, there's one. Fuck, there's one down there. I could have attacked Shavir. That's
It has 1 HP.
Oh, well, Shavir did move, because he didn't really care for that thing.
That's fair. I'm gonna not put you in the well. So.
Yo, attack of
So-
opportunity. Let's go.
Sure, it's gonna get an attack of opportunity on Shavir.
Let's go. Sorry.
Shavir, tell me, does a 15 hit?
No.
Yeah, it like weakly nibbles on your armor. Alright. Zeph, you see
So-
that there's still 4 little guys floating around.
Yeah.
Mostly bothering Amity, but there's a couple others on other patrons. Fuck, Amity, Loveless, why do I keep
Where's
doing
the
that?
4th one? I only see 3.
It's down here. Yeah.
I know, I see that one. There's 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, and then down underneath you there's another one. There's 4. There's this
What is there one in front of Amity?
No. See, there's the 3 around Loveless, and then there's one behind
I don't
you.
see. Oh, I
Behind
don't
you,
see a third.
behind you.
I see a dead one in front of me, but I don't see a third near
Behind
Loveless.
you. But do you see where the circle's coming off?
I see that one. I do not see 3 on Lovelace.
What do you?
Oh, they're covered with the 5-foot, 10-foot thing.
I made a triangle with all of them. Or it's a polygon.
Okay, now I see 3 on Lovelace. I was like, I don't see 3 on Lovelace, so I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
I just moved it down a thing.
Yes, now I see it. So, I'm gonna
Roll
move
20.
my, because it can move like. I'm
Yes,
gonna move my spiritual weapon up here. And it's going to attack the one right in front of it.
That sounds good.
God, these rolls.
8 does
It's
not
an
hit.
And I'm going to run up to this guy and smack it with my longsword. 15.
15 does hit.
Hey, cool. That's a D8 plus like 2, I think. So 4 points of damage.
Yeah, it's splattered. It goes splat quite easily.
Nice.
All right, Calculator. There's 3 left that you can see.
I want to get up here, and then I will do a. I want to cast Wither and Bloom.
Okay.
It's a 10-foot radius. So 10-foot radius, and each creature I choose within range, so basically just the 2 dudes, have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. Oh no. That's an 18 and a 19.
Alright, so they take half damage,
Might still be
Five.
enough.
2d6,
Yeah.
half, so 9, half
Yeah,
of 9,
they both
4.
explode.
And then Lovelace gets to roll one. You get to spend and roll one of your unspent hit dice.
To heal.
Oh,
Mhm.
cool.
So I think it's a D12 for barbarians, if I remember correctly.
E12, good lord.
Yeah. So roll a D12 and heal.
That's only a 3.
Well, you
You know?
heal 3 points. You know what? With that, I'll just say.
Wait! You gain number of hit points equal to the roll plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is +4. So you gain 7.
7. Okay.
Oh, lovely.
All right. With that, I'll say that's initiative. As Yarna kind of goes over, and just kind of steps on the one kind of bothering Shavir. It eventually perishing. We'll move back to this screen as the battle is over.
Oh,
One.
I like.
Do you want to stay there?
I mean, yeah, because aren't we still in the tower?
True. All right, we'll stay here. As you guys kind of take a deep breath, the troll is gone, and everything else sort of exploded in small pockets of just assorted blood all over the floors. Yagra kind of stood there and kind of wiping off her hands now at this point. A couple of the patrons either coming out from hiding or sheathing their weapons away from the ones who were helping. That's when you hear a voice, as I'm assuming you all kind of come and kind of collect together, the 4 of you.
Yeah.
You hear someone go, "Oh, excuse me," and you see this, kind of, a figure kind of approaching you, kind of a thick brown beard, and the rest of his hair is kind of tucked away, and kind of a, almost like, kind of like one of those, like, fantasy kind of, like, puffy hats. I don't know how to describe them. He almost looks like he's dressed like a bard, with, like, the flourished kind of sleeves and whatever, what you would expect. And he approaches you, and he has, like, almost like, I can only describe it as a dad bod as he kind of approaches. Excuse me, the 4 of you were phenomenal. May I pay for your drinks, food, even, whatever. May I?
Yeah, you could start by getting me another glass of milk.
For sure. My name is, Volotharp Gathryn. People most know me as Volo.
I'm sorry, what?
Volotharp, Volothrap. Nope. People just call me Volo. I'll be honest.
Fair enough.
The GM's dyslexic and does not know how to say the name properly. We will call me Volo.
Hello.
Send it to chat and I
Yeah.
can read it.
Yeah. Listen, it's fine. At the end of it, he
I
would
love
just
you.
at the end of it he would just say, "Most know me as Volo. I'm an author.
I'm Shabir, and there's Zev. Hello, Volo. Yeah, I'm Shabir.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I am Calculator, the wizard of math. It is a pleasure.
He begins to reach out and kind of give each of you, one by one, a handshake.
I want to make both a history check and an insight check on this motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Can I also do that?
Yeah.
So I got a 14 history
Just do insight.
and a natural 25 on insight.
Oh,
Okay.
Never
I
mind.
will say I will
Don't
save
bother.
your insight check for later then.
I was gonna say this is
My
sort of
history is
just
a 23.
Okay, fair
round.
enough. Zeph.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
sorry.
bother.
Amity. Okay. Alright. Why do I keep calling you? Is your character's last name Amity? Yes, it is. That's why I keep calling
Lovelace
you Amity.
Amity, yes.
Lovelace Amity, and that's why I keep calling you Amity. That explains it. Alright. Yeah. Immediately, you pick up on the name Volo. Those who are native to Waterdeep, at least. You recognize the name. He's the man who wrote Volo. He's wrote a few books, but one that he's most.
Volo is in fucking Volo's Guide?
He wrote Volo's Guide to
That's
Everything.
yeah.
And you pick that up as you're like,
Fuck. Okay.
hey, it's a canonical book in this universe. I don't know what you want from me.
No, I know. Oh, because it's the same thing. Like Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes. Like Mordenkainen was an actual wizard. Like meeting these people is fucking incredible. These are very, very famous, well-known adventurers. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, and you could tell, especially with like the insight, that he is very impressed with your skill, and there's like almost a pace of excitement as he's meeting you. And as he introduces himself, you recognize that name immediately. You know who he is. Though you've never met him before, you know him.
Oh, yeah. What is his last name again?
Here, I'll type it out in chat. Yes. His full name is Volo. Volo.
Can't believe you described Volo as having a dad bod.
He does! I'm not lying! Have you seen pictures of him? He's got a dad bod.
I never said that you are, but still.
Volosam Gildarm.
Volosam Gildarm. It's fine. Because Here, I'm gonna pull up a picture of him. And don't tell me that this man doesn't have a fucking dad bod.
This motherfucker looks like Scanlan level bard.
Yes, no, he looks like a bard. Like he
looks like a fucking
He's dressed
nerd.
with the puffy forced sleeves, the big silk hat, all of it with like gold trims. It's very fancy and proper. The puffy pants and the tight leather boots. And he's got a very nice, very clean, a very full beard, brown beard.
That second image is so sinister.
It is. I don't know why. He's very nice.
I would like to just say, Liz, I feel like as a student of magic, this would essentially kind of like how meeting Mordenkainen, right, would be like meeting Einstein. I feel like this would be like meeting who's like a modern day like
I will
well-known and
I'll say this. We know Calculator has
but
read so many textbooks.
But I...
Without a doubt, you probably read Volo's Guide to Everything.
Do I need to make a deception check to seem not nervous?
That's what
sure.
I was thinking. I was
for
like...
the bonk.
Ooh, that's a 14.
14? Yes. You're holding your fangirl in a little bit, but this is Volo. Like, oh my god, this is Volo.
This is like meeting Fauci. This is like
This is and he's like, may I sit with you for a moment? I have a few questions. And he kind of pulls up a seat from a sort of table and kind of pulls it in with you, assuming you're sitting down at the same table you sat before, of course.
Yeah, Zeph's a little stunned. She's a little like, she realized who this was. It was like, I'm sorry, you want to, I mean, yes, by all means, I will be honest, I do not feel very deserving of your compliments, as I did not, perform very well, but,
You four were outstanding against that troll. You stood out from a mile away. You are phenomenal fighters, I can already tell. I, of course, would like to ask if you would mind helping me with, a small task. He kind of clears his throat, and you see this sudden wave of, like, I'll give you a natural 20 insight. You know what the fuck is going on with him. You can tell that, like, immediately as he begins to kind of ask of you something, he gets very almost, like, quiet and nervous a little bit. And you, and he kind of goes, of course, I will pay. I have a friend who, went missing a couple days ago, or some kind, and I've been trying to look for him, but there's not much I can do. I'm on one man. If you can find him for me, or help at least, and bring him back here, I will pay you 10 tentacles each. Is that all right? You see, he's looking very nervous.
I mean, I'm more than willing to help for
Yeah,
no pay. Honestly, I mean, I'm not sure how much we'll be able to do if you are not able to find him. But
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. Where are they at? Where were they last seen?
My friend, his name is Floon Bigamar. He's
It's not in character.
His name is Floon Bigmar. He's honestly got more beauty than he does brains, and I'm afraid he took a bad way home a couple of nights ago, and I fear he might have gotten kidnapped. Or, I mean, even worse, but I'm still hoping for the best here, right? Of course, if you can help me track him down, I'll offer you
Wait.
10 gold.
Wait. So question. Wait. So question. So if we find him, it's the 10 gold, and then if he's alive, do we get a bonus?
Sure, yes. Sure.
That's more numbers. That's more math. All right, I'm in.
Sky, I'm messaging you.
okay. Zeph just kind of like looks at fucking Calculator when they say that, and like goes to say something, but then just decides against it. Looks over to Shavir, who's obviously been trying to get something out. I'm so sorry.
Shavir just walks slightly over to Zeph, taps her arm or her shoulder, and whispers, "Well, who is that? You guys are seeming very
Shavir,
excited."
Shavir, very, very famous, well-known, wizard and adventurer. He has written quite a few, journals, explored quite a bit. Very well-known explorer as well. I've read many of his books from when I was younger and learning about different places and things. Very talented man. But, I mean, obviously, you are only just learning how to read, so it's not very surprising you haven't things.
So it's just word books and not pictures.
Yes,
Mr. Rollo, don't,
Oh, please.
I am more than willing to help, and don't worry so much about the money, alright? Just, we can try and do our best. I
would want money.
I appreciate it.
Why would we not want money?
I'll get.
She's glaring at you, Calculator.
Calculator has no idea.
Please, I have. I'll get some dragons to you, I promise. But I appreciate your help nonetheless. I can see all of you are quite bright adventurers. And then a quick glance between Loveless and Shavir, but he smiles nonetheless.
What's that? Hey, that's rude. They're very good adventurers. Thank you very much, sir.
Here, for now, in accepting this task, and he begins to pull out a small leather pouch and pulls out 2 gold pieces, and he hands each of you 2. So each of you gain 2 gold pieces. You can add that to your.
Yeah, let's go. Money.
Consider it a sort of a down payment. I'll get the rest of you. I'll get the rest of it to you later. If you could bring him back to me, or at least tell me what happened with him.
We'll try our best.
We were last I saw him. We were around these parts. We were here drinking and gambling, and when night fell, we went our separate ways. I think he mentioned going to meet somebody, but I'll be honest, I was not in the greatest of mind. I don't quite recall their name. But I'll give you whatever information I have beyond then.
Perhaps recall where they were going, if not who, but in at least some sort of direction?
Well, we were at the Skewered Dragon. That's where we were and where I last saw him. It's a tavern in a more crooked part of town.
Oh, good, more taverns.
It's,
The first words Loveless has said to this man.
I mean, at least it's less busy during the day. It gets a little rowdy towards the night with more unsavory fellows, but they carry good coin and are quite good at gambling, but nonetheless,
Zeph just Zeph's eyes like narrow for a second, and then she just kind of sits back like, okay, I understand.
Nevertheless, we ended up moving our separate ways. I went back to my home, and I can only assume he was met up with this fellow. He was going to meet up with somebody else before heading home himself. If you head back to the Skewered Dragon, maybe they would have more information. Maybe a barmaid or something remembered his name. Be honest, I do greatly appreciate the four of you. You are, of course, Shavir and Calcutor. He turns to you two, who have not introduced yourself yet.
Yeah,
She looks to Zeph.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry. I've been. She looks just. Her cheeks go like a deep purple. She's like, I'm sorry. I've been just sort of. My name's Zeph. Zephyrus Stormwind. Hello.
A pleasure to meet you.
My parents own a library, sort of up outside the mountains. Here we have like all of your books, obviously. Anyway, she just drinks. Takes a drink.
I'm honored you've enjoyed my work so far. He looks to Loveless.
Loveless like tugs
Holding-
on her sleeve.
He's holding out a hand for like a handshake to you.
I mean, they take it. Then looks to Zeph.
Are you
You're
you're gonna have to tell me what they're trying to insight here, because I don't.
I'm trying to get you to introduce me.
Zeph just goes, and this is Miss Lovely Samedy.
Lovely, somebody. Beautiful name. I guess it's back down after shaking your hand. Now, of course, if you guys could help me find it with as much haste as you possibly can, I worry something bad has happened to him.
Once again, of course. You said what was the tavern's name again that you mentioned?
The Skewered Dragon.
The dragon.
That's where I last saw Floon.
I know where that is.
That is, give me a second.
What's the tavern we're currently? The Yawning Portal.
This is the Yawning Portal.
It is. It's in the Dockward as well. Make a history check.
Fuck.
See if you recognize the name.
Do I get advantage since I'm from here?
Sure. Though I don't think this is a tavern you would have ever been to
13.
before. 13.
13.
It's familiar, but you've probably never been there before. But if you ask Volo kind of goes, it's actually a few blocks from here, a little further south and more into the city away from the water. He generally gives you a direction to it.
Okay, cool.
As he knows where it is. he was there.
Yeah.
I will also
He
type
can
in
give
chat.
me he can give me directions. And I should know how to follow them. That's
Yeah.
good enough.
Oh, yeah, no, he does. Ooh, if I know how to spell. There you go. That's Floon. That's the man he's looking for. The name of the man, at least the name of him.
I found him.
What?
You were just like, that's the man that he's looking for. At least
Yeah.
his name. And I was like, hey, I found him.
Found him. Hey. He kind of describes him to you as he goes, if you find him, he's a taller human like myself, younger though by a few years. He has sort of light brownish hair, wears very loose but nice clothing, at least most of the time. Kind of brownish eyes as well. He's, or at least I remember, if I have the description right, yes. He's a handsome human male. Oh, sorry, it's a reddish blonde hair, not a brown. That's Volo's description. I'm reading the wrong. There's too many fucking characters in this book. And I also need to organize my notes better. They're all very close together. He describes Floon. He's a very very handsome. Even for he's very masculine. Very almost like a. He's handsome. This guy's pretty. He's pretty.
Just smirking a little.
He's pretty. He's probably somewhere in his early 30s. Kind of a reddish hair, reddish blonde hair. And very fancy. Very fancy in silks and other sort of lighter patterns a lot of the time. Almost noble or princely attire. At least that was when I last saw him, of course.
I hate to pry.
Oh, of course.
I just feel like perhaps we should know this going forward. Did you two perhaps upset someone or get on somebody's bad side? Anything like that we should know about?
Myself? No, not that I can recall. I've been pretty well on paying off my debts personally, though Floon, on the other hand, comes from a noble family, and they have their own. They have their own sort of issues that I am not entirely privy to, of course, but to my knowledge, he was fairly liked in the community. I couldn't quite think of anybody who would want to hurt him.
Well, he came from nobility, you said?
Of course, yes.
Well, then that brings about its own sort of issues.
He's not in a direct line, more of a cousin of sorts, but still, that could. I'm not leaving it out as an option. If you could find him for me, any word. I have this bad feeling about everything that's been happening.
Zeph kind of looks at the other guys she's like, I'm like, yeah, man, I myself pretty clear, but.
Calculator doesn't super understand everything going on, but at this point she's zoning out thinking about math.
Fair enough.
Love them.
Well, Volo has given you at least all the information he can give you, unless you want to ask more questions. The man's name, Floon Blagamar, a brief description of him, and a general location where he saw him last, which is hopefully enough.
Zeph kind of is like, she sort of like gets like a little like scrap of something out of her bag and just kind of, actually she has a notebook on her, what am I talking about? She gets her notebook out and just kind of like jots these things down, as well as like anything that Volo is willing to tell them about, like, you know, anything that he can remember, any possible like issues he might have had with people, like Floon might have had, family. Oh yeah, that's actually something. Would we possibly, any of his family members, perhaps that they might know where he is, or if he had issues with someone we could talk to about anything like that. If we dry up on leads, perhaps.
Well, I guess I could try and get in contact with his family. I'll try to see if I can get a word in case it comes to that. I myself haven't spoken to them in a while, so it'll be a venture, to say the least.
But worth it, I'm sure. If it
Yes,
means...
of course, for him. I will go get a word in to see if I can find anybody else who might know anything about his whereabouts, and I'll be sure to let you know. I will be frequenting around here if you need to find me again.
Right.
I mean, we'll do what we can. I don't know, but I'll follow Ziv. I'm just gonna be around. Travere's just rambling to himself.
I appreciate it greatly.
I will say we all have had a bit of an interesting 24 hours. So perhaps not right away. I think we might rest and set out tomorrow with clearer heads, if that is all right with you.
Of course. I'll talk to Durin, set you up with a room each here. If you'd
No,
like.
that's we
good.
can find our accommodations. You're more than all right. I have plenty of coin to pay for all of us. You don't need to worry about that.
All right then. Thank you both. I will. I'll see you again tomorrow or soon. Hopefully, I have some other things I must take care of first. But if you need me, I should be around these areas of the city. And he kind of gets up from the table, giving you kind of a quick nod or a weak smile of like a genuine thanks before getting up and kind of moving off, heading back towards the door.
As like she waits for him to leave, and then she like sighs heavily and looks at Calculator and is like,
Could you not tell? That was a desperate, broke man.
No. Was he?
Yes, very much so. He seems that he might have gambled
an amount of his wealth away. The way he was acting, it very much seemed that he was desperate to find adventurers who would help him with the amount of coin that he had, which is not a lot.
I mean, yeah, we're helping him, right?
Yeah, but just it comes to any sort of payment, I will worry about that. I have plenty myself, and that was hard to watch.
I mean, it wasn't really hard to watch for me. I enjoyed it. It was fine.
You're a student. Do you have a place in the city to stay at, or
Oh
would
yeah,
you
there's
like
there's a no. I'm good. I'm good.
Right. Well, then I'm going to go get the three of us rooms.
All right. Let me know
I'll swing by here in the morning. How about that?
Is more than alright with me.
All right, and then I'll head on out.
All right, you head on out. Around this point, sunset is already kind of setting. Easy enough. It's 2 silver per room. The room isn't anything special. It's a bed, a small wardrobe where you can keep your supplies and kind of hang up your gear. Beyond that, nothing extraordinary. A lot of you probably don't have a window in it as well, as it's mainly lit with just like a single lantern. It's fairly dark, but it's got all you need. And as, you know, the light fades and night comes, the tavern itself gets more rowdy. Music plays as now bards have kind of come in and begin to kind of play their music throughout the tavern. You guys can hear those who are still in there. Calculator, you head back to your little abode. A couple of your classmates sat there reading their books just as you kind of come in. A couple give you a quick wave and a hello as you enter, but they don't really pay you much mind, as they usually do.
Yeah, I'm used to it at this point. Let's go back to bed.
Night comes to you all. You all may take a long rest.
Woo!
And as morning comes, a new adventure awaits. And we'll meet back up at the Yawning Portal next time, because I have to go for dinner. And
Same.
I think we've been playing for a couple hours at this point, so I feel like this is a good place to end. Alright.
Agreed.
I just now looked up a picture of Floon. Jesus Christ, that man is hot and I'm a homosexual. Anyway, I want to put that out into the air. I'll send the picture when you see him. But like, oh my god, he's hot.
I would just like to say that Shavir would have his little throughout the night, like when he's about to go to sleep, obviously that little item, right? Plays.
We're gonna be reading Maple Creature.
Oh yeah, Caleb.
Oops.
I'll just DM you what I want my sayings to be in the activation
Absolutely. Yes,
situations.
I will also say I kind of have next time we play, I think it might be beneficial
Did you use a magic surge? Wait, was there a magic surge used?
There was right at the end.
Was
When
there
you
a
said they were
magic
gonna
surge?
take their long rest. I did.
Oh, you did! I didn't see that! Okay, never mind. I'm gonna unraid. Go live a little bit longer. Okay. Would somebody like to roll a D100?
Yo,
I
did.
would. I want to.
Oh, actually, yeah. Go ahead. This is the first one you get to do in a while.
Alright, there you go.
How do you do a D100 on here?
It's in the same way you roll a die. It's just at the very bottom, underneath roll.
4.
Underneath the D20.
I got a 4.
Oh my god. Zeph, when you wake up the next morning, there's a little beeping and kind of crunching noise as a small, sort of constructed robot just kind of appears in your room. It kind of looks like a cube with this big, bright blue eye that kind of glows and looks up at you. And you see as it's just kind of like sit there, and it's like kind of like cleaning your boots with like a little like rag, and it just looks up at you, wide-eyed. You have a tiny construct that appears within 5 feet of you, and for 10 minutes it will follow you around and just be loud and annoying.
Hello. Where did you come from?
I'm gonna add him to the plot. This is the new NPC now. Name him. Name him for me.
Boop instead of goop.
No, he needs to have a tiny little robot boy name.
Beep.
Beep.
Hold on. No, this is important to me. Roomba. His name is Roomba.
His name is Roomba.
Yes, his name is Roomba.
I love that.
She's just like, well, hello. Where did you come from? Why are you in my room? This is disconcerting.
He makes like that R2-D2 kind of like noise, and then just kind of like curls up into the closet. Anyway, but
she goes over to Shavir's room and is like, Shavir?
Shavir's, you would see him sitting on his bed, with a small wooden box, and he would look at you and close the box slowly.
There's a tiny robot in my room.
Well,
Do you experience this? Is this a tavern thing? Is this a yawning portal thing? Do they have little robot alarm clocks that just tiny
You-
constructs that come up, or I'm confused?
It has like the steam power, like the
Yeah.
but it's like faster, like as it runs over. It's following you. You realize now as it rolls in the room and goes, "Wow!" And it's just like,
Sure.
"Wow!" I'm gonna have to get
No,
really
sure.
good at that noise because I'm bringing this guy into the next session.
Shavir goes over to it and just picks it up if he can.
It's sort of, it has very nimble arms and legs which kind of move around as if it's trying to run away, but it's like, it's a cube shaped, so you pick it up with relative ease. It doesn't weigh much.
I just realized I don't like the name. I'll think of a name.
Alright, you think of a name. You
guys
think of
just
a
gotta
name.
give me
We'll
time
name
to think of a
it. We'll name
We'll
don't
name
worry.
him next time.
We'll
Name him next time.
time.
Everyone think of robot names for next time.
He looks at Zeph and then looks at the robot and just puts it in his pocket, trying to make it.
Actually, I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
I don't
You
know.
were scared of it, so I
No, I'm
just
not
put it
scared.
in.
Shavir, I'm not scared of it. I'm just confused by it.
It's a robot.
Right,
Hey.
but why was he in my room this morning? You didn't get one? That's what I'm asking. You didn't. This is not like a thing that the tavern does to wake up people in the morning?
I was already awake. I don't know. I have a robot now. I guess. Wait, no, this one's yours.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, sure, yeah. She'll just come over and take him.
I thought of the
Sounds
name.
like a
I
good
got the
idea.
name. I got the name.
What's the name?
What's the name?
Chip.
Chip?
Yes.
Oh, yes!
This is his name. Yes.
His name will be Chip. And as if you wake up, you can head downstairs for breakfast. Chip in hand, which will keep making loud
She hasn't
noises.
named him yet, but we will name him. Chip will be it. We just have to
Chip
find out a way
Chip
to
will
do it
be
in
its
roleplay.
name.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Anyway,
we'll
I'm
get to
also
that
gonna go eat.
next time.
Next
I genuinely need to go get some dinner.
Hey.
So
Seriously, go get food.
I'm just gonna wait for the raid countdown to finish in 10 seconds, and then we will raid Maple Creature, which I've been trying to raid, but you guys keep roleplaying, which I don't want to say don't stop roleplaying, but I'm also like, please let me go eat some dinner. All right. Bye. Thank you for watching, and Maple Creature time.